Hello friends and welcome back to my channel. I'm Chelsea. You know that. I know that. Wiggum knows that. He's looking so cute on the love sack. However, if you're new here, hi, how are you? I hope you're having a great new year, a great 2023. I am. Listen, it's been really hard for me to like get back into working after the hula days. Are y'all like that too? I don't know what day it is and I don't know what I'm doing. However, maybe we need a little bit of motivation from one of my favorite, and when I say favorite, I mean one of my absolute favorite Monat ladies, girlies, gals. She's not really a girly. She was one of the first people in Monat, like one of the absolute OGs. Like you can almost guarantee from what I've seen and from what they've put out that she's in your upline somewhere if you're in Monat. A lot of people have been posting lately that, I say a lot of people, it's literally one person that I've seen, MLM Boss Babe on Instagram. She's amazing, love her. She's been posting lately the kind of like downward trend of certain Monat distributors' incomes over the past few years, which is amazing and I love it so much. It makes me so happy just showing facts and showing numbers and using their own words against them and calling them out on their absolute bullshit. It's my favorite. It is my favorite thing ever. And actually, MLM Boss Babe on Instagram is one of the other people that does have access to a lot of those documents that I have had access to, still have access to, and that I sent over to the Florida Attorney General's office, Ashley Moody. All that information that she is showing and comparing and like pulling from is directly from Monat itself, just so you do know. And if it seems like I'm trying to talk in a vague way, I don't know, I feel like I'm trying to like tiptoe around what I say, or rather, you know, speak more carefully. I do need to do that on my channel because I have been getting a good amount of cease and desist. Love that for me. I could make wallpaper from all the ones that I have received over the last year. There's a lot. And just so you are aware, everything I state on my channel is my own opinion. It is for entertainment purposes, obviously like awareness as well, but it's all my own opinion. And if you think otherwise, hush, okay? So this lady, like I said, is one of my favorite people to watch ever. You never know what she's gonna say. She never quite makes a point or makes sense. In my opinion, and this is just my opinion, borderline QAnon-ish, and I mean, where was she January 6th? I don't know. Anyways, yeah, so I have a couple IGTVs and reels and things like that we're gonna look over from her. This one I shared the other day on my Instagram, and a bunch of y'all were just like, she never really gets to the point, does she? And I'm like, no, she doesn't. And it's, I wouldn't even say guilty pleasure, because like, I'm not guilty about it. I love watching her. It's just my favorite. Now, if you know anything about Monat, you probably know who I'm talking about. This is my girl, Tony. She looks more like a Tammy, but her name is Tony with an I, last name V something. She does make, from what I have seen, like upwards of like millions of dollars in money. And she has been posting more content over the past year or so. In my opinion, it would probably be because so many people are leaving Monat. So she actually has to start like posting and working again to try to keep her downline together, or to try to recruit more people to be able to sustain where she is in the company, which realistically, she has so many million-dollar earners below her and top performing people below her. So in my opinion, it doesn't really matter. Also, who needs that much money? Like, what are you doing?
You couldn't have a better filter and a better background, right? So I am working from my pool deck today.
You couldn't have a better filter and a better background. Tony, there's just dead trees behind you. What are you doing? Couldn't have a better filter or a better background. I'm working from my pool deck. Who wants to do that? Not me. Are you working from your pool deck, or are you just standing there filming yourself? I feel like you're just standing there filming yourself.
Pool deck today. It is a beautiful 75-degree day. I just wanted to pop in here real quick because not only, and I'm not just talking about, you know, sales and stuff like that, but you guys, I was having a conversation with someone the other day, and I was talking about, I don't care what you do for a living. I don't care how you make your money. I don't care, you know, what your joy is, whatever that is, okay, is that every single person should be involved in a network marketing company just because of the personal and professional development alone. The one thing is that, you know, our company believes in that so much that we mentor with John Maxwell and Todd Duncan. They are our back pocket guys. I personally can attest to that. I mean, I've been to John Maxwell's training facility.
First, whoa. First of all, no. from what I have seen, multi-level marketing companies do not teach you professional development. I have been a hiring manager at multiple different companies, and every time I saw a multi-level marketing company on a resume, I laughed at it, and that person did not get a call back. Just leave it blank. I had someone leave it blank. And then typically you always ask about the gap there in employment, or rather in their employment history. And if they said to me, oh yeah, I tried this for a while, that's okay. I would rather that than, oh my God, it's almost as bad as when I had one once where this girl, she wanted me to help her with her resume, and I was like, okay, well, like, what's your work history, blah, blah, like, what's your education, and all that. So she sent me over her resume, and on it, she said that she was the CEO of her household, and basically, like, stay-at-home mom duties. And I was just like, girl, that, like, no, that's unprofessional. It's not saying that, that's not a job, it is, but no, like, oh, yikes. And if you want personal development, listen to a podcast. Go to therapy. Actually, yeah, go to therapy. You don't need an MLM, you need therapy. Like, why do people, personal development? Therapy. Go to therapy. You don't need self-help books. Go to therapy. That's self-help. Okay? Get help, go to therapy, figure it out. All right? Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
The one thing is that, our company believes in that so much that we mentor with John Maxwell and Todd Duncan. They are our back pocket guys. I personally can attest to that. I mean, I've been to John Maxwell's training facility.
Oh my God. John Maxwell and whatever the other person she said, those are such like culty, self-help, more like Christian-based type of people who are basically just on the payroll. I don't know if they're on the payroll, but I assume they do more like consulting work for Monat. I'm not really sure how that would work, but they're affiliated with Monat because Monat pays them, I assume, a ton of money. I don't know if they pay them. They most likely do. Obviously, I mean, they speak at all their like they pay those speakers, right? That's usually how that works. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure I'm not. Those people are paid to come in and just teach you how to brainwash yourself and to keep you in the MLM. That's the only reason, in my opinion, why multi-level marketing companies or any of these companies have such a heavy focus on self-help, about personal development, so that it makes it so that you think that everything's fine. Oh, I'm doing so good and this company's done so much for me. No, it's not the company. If you want to do better for yourself, if you want self-help, if you want to improve yourself, I know it sounds so corny, but go to therapy, figure out what the root issues are with your life, work through them, and get your shit together. I know it's easier said than done. I understand that. But that's the first step.
Outside of Atlanta, I've mentored with Todd. Actually, Kat and I have been on his podcast. They're just two really cool guys. But I would not be the leader that I am today, the business owner that I am today, without investing into leadership development. That means having an arsenal of books that you have read and that you reread, and some which are non-negotiables, like,
Let me guess. Rich Dad, Poor Dad, or How to Win Friends and Influence People, Who Moved My Cheese. I actually like Who Moved My Cheese. Jen Sincero. I read a few of those when I was doing inside sales. Money, A Love Story. My therapist actually told me to read that one, and then I guess she hadn't read it in a long time, because part of it was like the girl saying that she was like in an MLM, and she suggested that everyone get into network marketing, and I was just like, mother, swear to God. And I told my therapist, and she's like, oh my God, I completely forgot about that part. And she was like, make a video about it. I was like, okay, that's how I knew. That's how I knew that was my girl.
Now it's going to be The Power of One More by Ed Mylett, because that book is so freaking phenomenal. I read that every single year. The Secrets of the Millionaire Mind by T. Harv Eker. I listen to that book every single year because I want to keep it fresh.
Because you're re-brainwashed. Like, why would you have to read a book every single year? And it might sound like I'm exaggerating, that I'm, being ridiculous, but it's like you're re-brainwashing yourself. If you already have that information in your head, you've already learned it, you don't need to relearn it every single year. It's that repetition and that repetition and that repetition. I've watched a lot of this lady's videos, and I've talked to quite a few people who have been on her team and, below her. And I am of the opinion, again, just my opinion, that no one asked for, my unsolicited, unprofessional opinion. I am a professional, but unprofessional opinion, that she's not a good leader. And that what she sees as good leadership is good manipulation. You're telling people that they need to, that to be a good leader, you have to, go to seminars and have books and listen to podcasts. No. Being a good leader is leading by example.
The great thing is that now with all of the tools that we have available, with our customizable product packs, by the way, you guys, till the 15th, you get $50 off. So you can start your own turnkey business. But what I'm not...
You can start your own turnkey business. You're not starting a business. You're becoming a salesperson. You're becoming a contracted employee for an MLM. Contracted employee, salesperson for an MLM. Turnkey business. You starting your own turnkey business, meaning everything's done. That's a turnkey, means everything's done for you. Like it's all finished. You just walk in. Are those the same? No.
What I'm going to teach you is also entrepreneurism. You have to unlearn what...
Entrepreneurism? Is that a word? Ethan, check if that's a word, please.
...has been programmed into your brain, and learn actually what the Rockefellers, the Carnegies, the
Carnegies? You mean the Carnegies? Oh my god. I cannot. The Rockefellers, the Carnegies. Ma'am, I cannot. No millionaire or billionaire, for that matter. Those people are, the people she's listing are billionaires. Those people would never tell you to join a multi-level marketing company. To buy one, maybe. But even then, they would not tell you to join a multi-level marketing company as a distributor. And I say millionaires, and I know there are some people in money, a select few, that do make over $1 million a year. Those people might tell you to join an MLM, like this lady, because they benefit off of it. They benefit off of people feeding the industry that they are in. Let's say there's 5 original people within Monat. She's one of them. If you join Monat, there's a 20% chance you're in her downline. I mean, it's probably even higher than that. It's crazy. There's a big chance you're in her downline if you join Monat. She's your grandma, your great grandma.
Ed Milet's of the world have done, because they had to unlearn those old thinking patterns.
Did she just put Ed Milet? The absolute, in my opinion, he don't look natty. He does not look natty, meaning natural, meaning steroid free. The absolute, I was about to be like, I'm trying to be nice, as I'm about to say that he looks like a dirty old leather bag. He looks like a saddle, and not an English saddle. That looks like a crusty, ain't been polished. Yeah, not good. But did she just put him in the same category as the Rockefellers? That's like putting Jesse Lee Ward in the same category as the Vanderbilts.
I have been raised with an entrepreneurial household, so I understand what it means to be in business. And you guys, I just am rereading this again. I read it probably 20 years ago, but The E-Myth by Michael Gerber, right? That is a great place for you to get information on how to be an entrepreneur. So the one thing is that don't discount and tell people that you want to, I need to make more money, but you're going to shrug off one of the biggest business models in the entire world where you can do it on your terms. That's bullshit. That's just bullshit. You know what? Go out and get a part-time job, slinging drinks, or go work at Target and and pay your money to the government first. Ridiculous, right?
Tony, do you not pay taxes? Do you not pay taxes? There's actually a video out there, I'll have to find it, where she talks about how she doesn't pay taxes. Yikes. I'm gonna have to ask for an extension. I'm not excited to do my taxes this year. I know I'm gonna owe less, maybe. I made more this year, so maybe I'll owe less. But I structured my business as an S corporation so that I would be able to pay less. The struggle. Anyways, yeah, what, lady? Most people in multi-level marketing companies, one, will make less than a bar back or slinging drinks. Anyone in hospitality, whatever. The majority of people in MLMs will make less than that. So don't discount that, you absolute garbage gremlin. And then 2, how are you going to try to say that y'all pay less in taxes, or that, give the government their money first? At least those people don't have to worry about being a 1099, which a lot of people who work in the service industry are, so like, what are you talking about? But at least they don't have to worry about that if they are a W-2 employee, because they're most likely, if they, have everything filled out correctly, they're most likely not even having to worry about taxes. Unlike you're having to pay more. Not her specifically. If you're in an MLM, you're having to pay more than someone who is a W-2 employee. Like I said, I don't know this is a fact, but it has been alleged that she doesn't even pay taxes. And the person that she's like telling everyone to, I'll try to find the video, but the person that she like tells everyone to like go follow, or that she like got all this tax information from, apparently I have to look it up, but apparently this guy like went to prison for like tax evasion or tax fraud. And it's like, ma'am, pay the government. I'm not a huge fan of the government. I don't want to give them my money. I'm not a huge fan of taxes. Do I pay them? Absolutely. Do I understand what half of it goes towards? No, but I pay it. I pay so much in taxes.
That's what being a business owner is all about. So I'm going to be sharing more and more of this.
I'm sorry, what is it all about? You haven't shared anything. And also, what if someone doesn't want to be a business owner? If y'all listen to anything I say, you probably don't want to be, because guess what? It sucks. I spend so much money, and not on things I want to. No, it's awful. I have to fix my bookkeeping, and I don't want to do that either. Maybe I should just hire someone to do my bookkeeping, but that's just more money I'm spending, and I don't want to do that. It sucks.
This, I have taken 2 years and really dived into how to even be a better entrepreneur, how to even take your capital gains and the profit that you make and put it into a private trust. I bet you guys don't know about that. I bet you guys don't know about infinite banking. I'm telling you guys, you gotta be out there looking at different ways and different schooling. So with that being said, I'm super excited about 2023.
It doesn't sound legal. I don't know if it is. I actually asked on Instagram if there were any accountants, number accountants, not spicy accountants, that could help me out. And basically, I'm going to email you a video of her, and then you can just tell me like if it sounds like she's breaking the law, because I think she is. That's just my opinion. I'm not stating that as a fact, obviously. She'll still probably send me a cease and desist. Well, guess what, Tony? You and your dirty purple hair.
If you want to be on my goal mapping call today, let me know. That's at 1 o'clock. And then at 2 o'clock today, I believe in this program so much. I've trademarked it. It's going to be a course that I'm going to have on my website. And that is our Hardcore ES group. It's our 10-week challenge group for entrepreneurs, whether you're in Monat or not. And so that $30 that you invest in that, we're going to take that, and that goes into a pool. And at the end, on March 17th, all of that money, which will be, if we hit our 100-person cap, plus my $500 contribution, that'll be $3,500 in gift cards and prizes and gratitude, nonprofits that you can choose to give back to. So you guys, you know what? It's our third time doing it, and it is rock and rolling, and it's teaching you about...
Did she start a nonprofit for tax purposes? Because that's kind of what it just sounded like. Because she was saying that it's like $30 to join, and then you get whatever the she just said, but then your $30 that you put in there, and then her $500 contribution, I guess that's $3,500, then goes to whatever nonprofit or gift cards. If I was trying to skirt the government, I wouldn't be out here telling the whole world. If I was trying to avoid paying taxes in a way that like isn't super well known, like, I mean, not well known by everybody, but like pretty well known, literally on the IRS website, changing your LLC from an LLC sole proprietorship or LLC disregarded entity over to an LLC S corporation so that you pay half of the self-employment tax. That's pretty well known. Does it make sense for everybody? Obviously, I'm not an accountant. I'm not, I'm not a CPA. I'm not an expert. And it's different for like every state. But like, yeah, I'll talk about that. Or like, there's just like, what? I think we've learned what can happen to people when they don't know how to shut up on the internet. If Andrew Tate has taught us anything, you shouldn't talk about how you work with the mafia.
Entrepreneurism and how to be the best at the best of your business, especially you Monaters. All right, you guys, I love you. Mwah. And yeah, this is my office for the day. All right, take care. Mwah. Bye-bye.
This woman is so cringe. What did we learn about business, about self-help? I didn't learn anything. She never really got to a point. Basically just said that if you are anyone in business or with a job or a human being with a pulse that you should be in network marketing because it'll make you become a better person, and then said that the top like 1% of the world does self-help. No, girl, most of those people were born into it. Most. Not all, but most. I feel like I am dumber now that I have sat here and subjected myself to that.
Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it.
All right, friends, let me know if there are any topics that you would like me to cover. I have a lot of content planned, worked up, all that for this year. I'm very excited about it and excited for all of the great things that are going to happen this year. Speaking of which, I do want to give a little insight at the end of my videos. Y'all know I always give you a little bit of a pep talk, and so really I wanted to start doing that at the end of all my videos. And today I just want to tell you a little snippet. I was feeling down last week and honestly lazy the past 2 days. And I was like, well, I don't want to work. Like, I don't want to have to sit there. I don't want to put on makeup. I don't want to, it just takes so much energy and blah, blah, blah. And I mean, it does. But also I was outside today with Wiggum in the backyard and it was just felt beautiful outside. It was just so, this weather right now in Tampa is gorgeous. But I was outside and I was like, how much of a little biatch am I being right now? I have one of the most coveted jobs, probably like in the world. I work for myself. I get to actually have time freedom and work on my own schedule and connect with y'all and help people and bring some joy to some people's lives. And yet here I am and do all that from home. And yet here I am being like snotty about it. Like, what the fuck am I doing? So I had to snap myself out of it. And instead of being like, oh, I have to film today, instead I rephrased it and I was like, I get to film today. I get to work today. And I know that might sound corny, but it's like, earlier today, I was like, oh, I don't really want to go to the gym. And then I was like, no, you're excited. You're excited to go to the gym because you feel amazing after. So it's like, I can't wait to go to the gym because I feel so great after. And I did. And it is so good. I've been upping like all my weights lately, which is great on like every machine I do. And it feels wonderful. Also, if anyone has said to you, oh, well, you haven't made any progress in the gym or anything like that, one, tell them to shut the fuck up, or just look at them and say, well, that's rude. Why would you say that? Because then they have to explain themselves to you. And then hopefully they'll just shut the F up. However, even if you feel like you're not losing weight, yet you're working out, or you feel like, oh, my body's not changing, if you are able to increase your weight on whatever you're lifting, that is progress. So sure, my body might not look totally different. I actually have gained a lot of muscle in my back. My traps are giant. Love it so much. In pictures, I have to I don't have to, but I feel more comfortable if they don't look huge. And so I have to roll back my shoulder, when I'm posting in pictures now. My biceps are I actually have muscle. And so yeah, sure, my body might not look super different, but I can lift double the weight that I could last year when I first started going to the gym. And I'm really proud of that. So be nice to yourself, be patient with yourself, and talk to yourself the way you would talk to a friend. Remember to stay spicy, remember how valuable you are, your feelings are valid, and I will see you in my next video. Okay, goodbye.